Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm on the little GP today and just giving it its final ride. It's a bit wet actually today, but I want to give it its last ride before the winter, just so it's had a run, because I haven't taken it out since June. So I thought I'd give it a bit of a ride just to get all the bits moving for a little while before it gets tucked away for the winter, because this doesn't come out in the winter. In fact, I haven't really ridden it since June last year, or this year, earlier on in this year when we did the Vintage Nostalgia Festival. So it's nice to get out on it again. But I thought I'd just have a chat with you while I was riding and tell you about sort of the reasons why I bought a little tiny 100cc two-stroke and what made me decide to buy one, because I absolutely love this little bike. It's not very fast. Everywhere I go I hold up traffic because it doesn't go very quick with my weight on it anymore. But yeah, the reason I bought one, really, it was sort of all, I was pretty much the start of my motorcycle journey, really, was a GP100. I mean, my first proper motorised vehicle, I guess, was a little push maxi. I'll see if I can find a picture of a push maxi to any of you that don't know what they are. But my dad bought a push maxi many years ago when I was a youngster, when they couldn't afford two cars and he needed something to get himself to work and back. And he bought a little push maxi for £5 he paid for it, and he just used it to get to work and back, only a couple of miles. And when he had enough money to buy something else, he gave me the push maxi, and that was like my start when I was just a young lad. I must have only been about 11, 12ish, something like that, and I used to ride it up and down the garden, and that was what sort of got me hooked on bikes, really. The bike that he replaced his little push maxi with was a GP100, a 1980 W Reg GP100 red, and he ran that for a few years. And when my parents could afford to have two cars, again I inherited the GP100. I reckon I must have been about 15 at that point, and I used to ride that up and down the garden again. A friend of mine lived out in the countryside, and we used to ride up and down the farm tracks. Rode it up and down tracks and stuff for a couple of years. And then when I was 17, I stopped riding it after the summer of 1988, and cleaned it all up, put new chain and sprockets on it and stuff, and everything, got it ready, got it MOT'd, and it sat there until my birthday, till my 17th birthday. And on my 17th birthday I took it out on the road, and yeah, I loved that thing. That was my sort of first bit of independence before I got my driving test, passed my driving test. So I have fond memories of the GP100. So fast forward quite a lot of years. It was about 5 years ago now, nearly, or just over 5 years ago, February 2019. I was finally we'd finally bought a house with a garage, and I hadn't had a motorbike since I was about 18ish, something like that. As soon as I had a car, I couldn't afford to have a bike and a car, so I just had a car. Then life and kids got in the way and everything, so I never had enough spare money. So I'm fast forward to 2019. I had a garage. I had £1,000 spare, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to buy a GP100. And I got in a van, or hired a van, drove all the way up to Derby to pick this thing up, this one that I'm riding now. Chuffed to bits. Obviously, I had to do a CBT, because obviously I never took my bike test when I was 17, so I had to get through my CBT, which was easy enough. You know, that was fine. I had obviously had 30 years worth of road sense anyway with driving, so you know, it wasn't like I was new to being on the road. But to get back onto a motorbike again, I'd ridden sort of bikes off-road over the years, but not that much. So getting back onto the road on a bike, it was really worthwhile doing the CBT, I think. And yeah, so then obviously I started riding the GP around on L plates. Not a great look for someone who was 47, 48 years old then, riding around on L plates on a little 100cc bike. But yeah, then COVID hit, and my plan was always to ride for a year or so with my CBT, and then do my test, even if I was just going to keep the GP and not have another bike, just so that I could be a grown-up, you know, middle-aged adult and not have to ride with L plates. But COVID hit, so I couldn't do it. Then I had all sorts of problems with the bike as well. It started running badly. The GP, I mean, started running badly. I had no power after sort of 5,000 revs. It would just bog down. I replaced all sorts. Replaced all the electrics, replaced the points condenser, a coil. I even bought a brand new carburetor from Japan, a genuine Suzuki carburetor from Japan, and that wasn't cheap, but none of this made a difference. It was still bogging down. Had the whole thing apart, trying to work out what was wrong. I'll see if I can find some pictures and I'll stick them up that you can see what it was like, which was you know, that kept me busy during lockdown, because obviously you couldn't really go anywhere, so I was just sat in the garage plodding away trying to work out what was wrong. And in the end I decided to take the gearbox oil out and hang on, what's going on here? It's a nice sensible place to stop, isn't it? But yeah, where was I? Yeah, so I decided to drain the gearbox oil, and it absolutely stank of petrol. It was very runny, stank of fuel, and made me realise that I think it was the crank seals. So replaced the crank seals, and it's been running fine ever since. So all that stuff that I replaced, buying a brand new carb, new coil, new condenser, new points, even bought a new stator plate, or it's a second-hand one, but I didn't really need any of them if I'd bothered to think of the crank seals first. But anyway, you know, you live and learn. So yeah, so it's been running fine ever since, really. But I'll never get rid of this bike. Love it, absolutely love it. Like I said, it's not very fast. As soon as you get to a hill, it struggles with my weight on it, but I don't care. and I maybe only do like 150 miles a year on it. But every time I do, here you go, look, oh, quick, I need to start pedaling. No, every time I ride it, it makes me feel like I'm 17 again. But yeah, I mean, I've even had Lisa on the back of this when I take it to the Vintage Nostalgia Festival. We did a little ride out, and she came out on the back. But no, you're not going to win any races, obviously. But plodding round little lanes like this on the back, 30 mile an hour, it was absolutely fine. It was a great laugh. It was good fun. I've got a video of that actually. If you sort of look back for the Vintage Nostalgia videos on my channel, you'll see, with Lisa on the back as well. So yeah, but riding this around made me, I don't know, I kind of lost a bit of confidence riding. You know, I thought it would just be like when I was young again and get back out on the road when I first bought the GP. And no, I didn't have the confidence. So that was another reason I wanted to do my test, really. But that taught me a lot, gave me a lot more confidence on the road to get my full bike license. But realizing that I couldn't do 70 mile an hour like 17-year-old me that's 5 stone lighter than I am now. You know, I used to be able to easily hit 60 mile an hour on a GP100, but I kind of I don't know, I was worried, you know, and I started to get nervous about riding on main roads because obviously I'd be holding the traffic up on a little bike. So hence the reason why I bought the Interceptor, really, once I passed my test, because that, you know, you've got more than enough power to keep up with the traffic. It's a bigger bike, you've got a lot more road presence. But I will never get rid of this bike. You know, I'm never going to lose value on this bike. I paid £1,000 for it. It's worth that at least, if not more now. So, you know, I mean, it's not an investment as such, but you know, most motorized vehicles you always lose money on. I'm never going to lose money on this now, I don't think. So it's a keeper for now. Now, I'm just going to pull in here because last week when I was trying to film this, I did some filming here, and it might be of interest to you. So I'm going to cut to that now, and then we'll come back to me once you've watched this little bit, because I thought it was quite interesting. I've obviously watched it now, but so I know whether it was a success or not, but you'll see what you think. So I bought some new microphones. They're only really cheap, and I just thought I'd try it out just to see whether it's any good. There's a car coming now, so I'm going to have to stop a minute. But yeah, so I've got some ideas for some other videos that I want to do, but I'm going to kind of need some microphones because, you know, I'm not going to be right. I can't have the camera in my face. So I just thought I'd try these really cheap ones. I mean, if they work, I might even do like a little mini review on them. And because any of you that are sort of into doing recordings and stuff like that, it's a lot cheaper than one of the like DJI mics. That's what I wanted, but you're paying like £300 or whatever for them. So I think it'd be worth a try. I thought it was worth a shot for £19.99. It's worth a gamble, isn't it? It's only price of like 3 or 4 pints, or 3 pints even in town now. But yeah, I'll see how this comes out, and we'll take it from there. I mean, I don't know how sensitive they are or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like, won't we? It has the little adapter on the side that it connects into the microphone. So we'll see how it turns out. Go back to the bike and better go now, I suppose. Get home. Get home before the rain sets in even further. So there you go. Yeah, those microphones for £20, I think they're an absolute bargain. You heard the sound going back and forth on that, or you know, going out and going in. I had it right up on my little popper here. I should have had it further down in the lapel, I think, and I think it would be better. But yeah, they're going to be brilliant, I think, until I can afford to buy a better quality set. They'll do for now. Anyway, where was I? This little GP brings back so many memories. And it's just an absolute hoot. So I'm going to be doing more videos of both the bikes over the course of a year. I've got, you know, I may not quite so many through the winter, obviously, because it's just not the weather. I filmed this last week, but it was absolutely, I got caught in the rain and the camera on my helmet just got absolutely waterlogged, so the pictures were terrible. And yeah, so that's why I thought I'd come out and do it again. But yeah, it'd be great to have you all along for the ride. If you want to watch some more videos of me, it's lovely. It's been great seeing all the extra subscribers I've got now since my France videos have gone out, and it's lovely to have you all along. Really appreciate the subscriptions. I'd love to get to 1,000, that would be amazing, but if I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. Great. But yeah, stick around. I got a few ideas of some other videos I'd like to do, a few places I'd like to take you to that you might find interesting. And if you hit the subscribe button, then you'll always know if or you'll always know when I've put something out. But thanks for watching, listening to me waffle on. But yeah, anyway, that'll be just about enough for me today. I think I've waffled on more than enough and kept you for long enough. Hopefully, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. Even if you didn't like it, please give it a like, because that's great. Leave a comment. It's always nice to hear what people think, good or bad. And ride safe, have fun, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.